Hi, everybody. We've got baseball on tap tonight. Everything we're doing is going to be baseball related this evening. We'll open a couple of boxes of 2012 Signature Series, a Gold Rush autograph baseball jersey, and some preferred play, or some, why can I never get that out? Onyx preferred players autograph baseballs. There we go. That time I got it out. And then finally, after all of that, we will open up a case of Diamond Kings. So if you are here for Diamond Kings, you're going to have, I don't know, I would say probably maybe 15 minutes thereabouts before we get started with that. So let's go ahead and get rolling with our information. There's always some stuff we've got to go over before we start ripping the packs. So let me get all of that up and running, and we'll start taking a look at it. First up there, you will see that my feedback is completely automated on eBay. So what that means to you is basically that you never have to wait on me, right? So that's the good news. As soon as you enter positive feedback for me, you should instantly get it in return. The second thing you see on that page, and the most important thing that's on that page, is a big thank you. I appreciate everyone who bids with me, breaks with me, chats with me, and all that kind of stuff. Next up, we're going to take a look here at stuff that's coming up for the next 5 days. These are things that are already listed on eBay, available for bidding, that will break over the course of the next 5 days. New stuff goes up pretty much every night, but this is what we have up right at the moment. So tomorrow night, some Timeless Treasures basketball, one of the three-peat boxes, which has 3 autographed items inside of it, a jersey, a basketball, and a picture. Then we'll do the last of the 2013 limited football. That case we've broken into a couple of times, we'll finish up. And then we'll do a full case of 2018 Majestic football. Tuesday night will be a half case of 2011 Prime Signatures football and another full case of Diamond Kings baseball. On Wednesday, that we've got lots of new products coming out on Wednesday. We're going to break them all Wednesday night. That's a excuse me, that's a full case of Tier 1 baseball, a full case of Dominion basketball, which is a new high-end product coming out from Panini, and a full case of 2018 Classics football. Thursday night, we'll do another Gold Rush jersey, another case of these autographed baseballs. We will do a Gold Rush autographed full-size football helmet, another case of Tier 1, and another case of Classics. On Friday night, we will do a Gold Rush mini helmet. Series 2 comes out on Friday. We'll open it then. Another case of Tier 1, another case of Dominion, and then we will do a full case of Leaf Ultimate Draft football, which comes out on Friday as well. So both the mini helmet and Leaf Draft will come out on the 25th, and we'll bust into them on the 25th. For tonight, a couple of things here. This is the order that we're breaking in. So once again, that is Signature Series, then the autographed jersey, then the autographed baseballs, then Diamond Kings. Our first 3 breaks there, those are all free shipping breaks. Anytime you break with me and something is completely free shipping, it's going to go out 6 or 7 days after the auction ends in general. Sometimes a little sooner, but in general, that's your guideline. So expect those 3 breaks for those items to ship out roughly Saturday. Our paid shipping break tonight is our full case of Diamond Kings baseball. I'm anticipating a Wednesday shipping date for that, Wednesday the 23rd. Finally, if you are in one of these first 3 breaks and your team does not hit, you don't pull a ball or a jersey or one of the cards out of Signature Series, you are still entitled to a consolation trading card for your team. It can be from any year, any series. It's typically going to ship with your next package, but if you want it to come sooner by itself, we can absolutely make that happen. You just shoot me a message over on eBay and let me know, and we'll get it worked out for you. So first up, 2 boxes of 2012 Panini Signature Series baseball. This is break number 6. Of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay May the 20th. And you can see there we have team names across, on one side, winning bidders across from it on the opposite side. A couple of teams didn't sell. Those are designated there as no bids buyback. So anytime you see that, that just means it's an orphan team. Nobody gave it a home, so it stays here with me if a card comes out for one of those no bid teams. finally, I said finally a minute ago, didn't I? So maybe in addition, I should say. You did notice there that the background went out of focus, and that is by design. I don't like using autofocus on these breaks, so I take it off of there and try to set it manually. Every once in a while we still have to tweak it, but most of the time we're going to be able to see everything pretty well after that. And if you happen to be watching live right now and you would like to participate in chat, all you need to do is log into YouTube, and you should be able to join chat if you want to. Well, I take that back. If you're on a mobile device, like a tablet or a phone, you might have a second step. Not only would you have to log in, you would also have to click on that link that says you want to view the desktop version. So a couple of steps there, but they're pretty easy ones. I'm just getting some sleeves out so that we can get everything underway here. And of course, Panini, as you know, on these will not list the actual full name of the club because they can't. They're prohibited from doing that. So you're just going to see like there where it says Arizona Baseball Club. Well, you know that's the Arizona Diamondbacks, okay? So first out we have the Justin Upton base card. That is followed by Cabrera for the Tigers, little Miggy. A proof card coming out. That is Matt Joyce for the Tampa Bay Rays, numbered 225. Here comes our first hit. That is the wrong sleeve. Came out of the thick sleeve pack, but it wasn't the right one. This is Chris Marrero, numbered to 299 for the Nationals, which I'm sure that's not exactly who the Nationals are hoping to pull in this break, right? But at least you're not getting skunked, okay? So that's the good news. Casey Crosby to 299. That is for the Detroit Tigers. Next up, we have Will Middlebrooks. That's for the Boston Red Sox, and Middlebrooks is also to 299. Now let's see what's in our second pack / second box. Whoops, I accidentally pulled a hit up front, didn't I? Didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to get the base. Alfonso Soriano, and I don't remember if he was Cubs or if he was White Sox. I expect, just looking at the colors, that he's Cubs. But, of course, I will verify who he played for in 2012 before this ships out the door. Angels, little Albert coming out for the Angels. Jose Bautista for the Blue Jays. He just got let go again. You know, he was down in the minors, didn't sign an off-season deal as a free agent, got picked up by the Braves, and the Braves just cut him. So he's out of a job. Kirk Neuenhaus, not Neuenhaus, Neuenhaus to 299. And I think, guys, that he's a Met. Again, that could be Met or Yankees, but I'm fairly confident he was a Met in 2012, but that is another one that I will double check on before it ships out the door. Garrett Richards to 299. And that maybe an Angel, but I'm really not certain about that one. That could be an Angel, that could be a Dodger. It will be whichever one of the two he played for in 2012. And we have a signature here for Feliz for the Rangers, numbered to 99. All right, so let's recap our hits for our 2012 signature series here. This is definitely the Rangers with Feliz to 99. Garrett Richards, again, I've got to double check that. Whichever Los Angeles he played for in 2012, whether it was the Angels or the Dodgers, that's where that will go. Kirk here to 299, I believe was a Met, but another one I will verify before it goes out the door. Boston Red Sox, Will Middlebrooks. Casey Crosby for the Tigers. And Chris Marrero for the Nationals. So that is 2012 Signature Series. That's going to roll us into our autographed jersey. Did I hit the camera? I did, didn't I? It looks kind of crooked, doesn't it? I kind of think I must have whacked into it there without even... Yeah, it's all off center and everything. Good grief. I must have really hit it. I was not paying attention. I didn't see that happen. All right, give me a second here. We'll get our spreadsheet set back up, and we'll be rolling into the jersey. So if you didn't see this a moment ago, anticipating that the jersey would ship out approximately Saturday, once again, the free shipping breaks go out on a different schedule than the paid shipping breaks. And if you don't pull something in this break, you are entitled to a consolation card. Any year, any series. Normally goes out with your next package. Can go out sooner. Shoot me a message on eBay if you want that to happen. This is one box of 2018 Gold Rush autograph baseball jersey. This is break number 3. It ended tonight, the 20th of May. And of course, we're live streaming it tonight. Once again, you see an unsold team there at the top. That's the Arizona Diamondbacks. It is designated as no bids buyback. Everything else, as we go through here, you will see the bidder name across from the team that you have in this break. And Tony, I'm sorry, good grief, I'm blind. Tony is in chat. Sorry, there's a book called you. Tony, everything that all the cards ship. So anything that you saw come out just a minute ago in 2012 Signature Series will ship and go out the door. I don't recap everything, obviously, the base cards and stuff like that. I don't recap. I recap the signature hits and the relic hits typically. But if you saw it come out, absolutely it's going to ship out the door. Everything goes out. If there's ever a break I have where everything doesn't go out or something doesn't go out, it will always state it in the listing. Well, look at that. How handy is that? Speaking of Soriano, haha, how about that, guys? And it is, what is that? There's some kind of something on it there right out of the box. And it is JSA authenticated. You can see the sticker right there. And there is our JSA authentication card to go along with it. So while I'm at it, since Soriano happens to be on the table here, I may as well just go look up and see where he was in 2012, right? So we'll answer both of your questions at once. Well, actually, I already answered one in that, yes, the card is going to ship. And then the second question here is, where was he in 2012? But I think we already know that. But let's just double check. In 2012, yeah, he was a Yankee. So we're all good there. And there's our nice little jersey hit once again for the Yankees here with the Soriano. Oh, absolutely, for sure. I mean, of course, we all know sometimes the numbered cards do very well when you're reselling them and things. I just typically don't recap them. I guess that's probably as much out of habit as anything else, except out of a certain couple of series. I will recap it out, for doing Bowman or something like that. But most of the time, I just don't set the numbered stuff aside to recap. That's the only reason, because a lot of times, like in Diamond Kings and things like that we're going to open shortly, there's tons of them in there. So I just kind of have gotten in that habit. So once again, if you are in this break coming up for the Onyx Preferred Players and you haven't seen this already, please take a moment to read the information that you see there in regard to consolation cards and shipping date. And this will be 3 boxes of 2018 Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs. This is a full inner case. This is break number 10. Like everything else, it ended tonight, the 20th of May. We're live streaming it tonight, the 20th of May. And the only thing that's different here, you will see there are a handful of teams that say no hits not listed. That literally means there was not a single hit on the checklist for that team, so I didn't list them for sale. Now, that having been said, I will say, out of this last case that we broke, oddly enough, there were a couple of players in there that weren't on the checklist, and one of them was for a team that isn't even listed on the checklist. And I think they must have been stragglers maybe from last year because they were in the red pouches, which is what last year's look like, as opposed to the white pouches, which is what this year's look like, but they were in this year's white boxes. Because remember last year the boxes were black. So what I think happened is Onyx must have just had a few of them left over or something, and they just randomly stuck them in this product. Because that was the first time out of 9 cases that we had that happen, but yet there it was. So I say that they have no hits in the product, but if, you know, anything is possible, obviously, we learn that the hard way. Or the easy way, I guess, depending on what you're thinking about there. You're looking for Jack Flaherty. Yeah, he is probably going to be pretty good, looks like. And you know who else for the Cardinals? What about your little rookie that pitched a couple of balls today at 105 miles per hour? What's that guy's name? I can't remember it. Now, you know I can't read that. I always try to guess who the signature is. I'm not going to be able to guess that one. PSA DNA authentication, an Onyx authentication, and our Onyx card that goes with the sticker, our PSA card that goes with the sticker, and the drum roll says that is Jose Abreu. So I believe that is the White Sox, I believe. Hicks, yeah, that's it. Jordan Hicks, thank you. Hey, Stang Lover, you're in here. What's happening, man? I haven't seen you in chat in a while. Yeah, that was crazy how well that kid was throwing the ball. Friggin' multiple pitches at 105 miles an hour is insane. There is another signature we haven't really seen come out too much before. I don't recognize it either. PSA DNA once again, and an Onyx. So we've got kind of dual signatures on a second ball. There's your PSA authentication. Here's your Onyx card that matches your sticker. These are all kind of wrinkled, and they had them in a weird place in relation to where the ball is. And oh boy, Taijuan Walker. And I'm going to have to look at the checklist for that because I don't remember who that goes to. So let me hold tight for a moment, please, while I look at this checklist. Don't tell me he's not on here either. Oh, come on, man. I'm not seeing him. Okay. All right, I guess he's not on the checklist, so we'll go look him up in a minute. We'll leave him set right there, and I will go look him up shortly. Oh, Tony, you got his autograph yesterday, and Weaver at the game. Well, you did all right, man. I think sometimes you're lucky to get even one come off with a pair, including the rookie that's throwing multiple 105-mile-an-hour pitches. That's not too shabby. And this one is just Onyx authenticated. So we have our little Onyx there. And it is Robert Stevenson. All right, so meanwhile, I got to look this up because I don't know where this goes. So hold on a second. Hi, T. Cassidy. While I type this in, I can't see chat for a minute, guys, because I'm using the iPad, which is how I see the chat. I'm using the iPad to look up this player. So hang on. Because he is not on the checklist either. Sneaky little Onyx sliding things in here that are not on our checklist. Is he an Arizona Cardinal? Let's see. I mean, an Arizona Diamondback. Good grief. You can tell I've been opening a lot of football lately. Sorry. As I say, Arizona Cardinal. Yeah, he is a Diamondback, and I don't know why I didn't know that, but I didn't. All right, so Diamondbacks is our Walker autographed baseball there. Oh, and somebody typed it in. Thank you. That was Stang Lover typing it in for me. Thank you, thank you. So it was the Walker and the Jose Abreu, and then Robert Stevenson is the third one sitting over there on my far left. And I I just need to do one more hot little thing here, which is number these on the top of the box with the break number, because sometimes we have more than one set of these opened up before they're shipped out. So I got to make sure that we know what's what. All right, let me set these aside and I will be right back with you. Oh, daggone it. I just made a big old mess there. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not say Robert Stevenson a minute ago on the third one? Yes, that is the Cincinnati Reds. I guess I must have had a senior moment there, and I didn't say that out loud. It sounds like because somebody just typed it in. You didn't say the third one. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Every once in a while, I think things and I don't say them out loud, which isn't helpful, is it? In a scenario like this, anyway. So next up is our Diamond Kings baseball. This is a full inner case. It's a 12-box break. It's break number 5. We haven't opened this in a while because we spent a good chunk of time opening Bowman. And, of course, this I'm anticipating to ship on Wednesday. There's a very slight possibility it could get out early, but I don't feel confident in that. Excuse me. So I feel like Wednesday is probably pretty solid for the shipping date on this. And once again, this is 12 boxes of Diamond Kings. It is a full inner case. It is break number 5. It ended tonight, the 20th. We're live streaming it tonight, the 20th. And one thing to note in here, guys, the Angels is a different person with the Angels. The original person who purchased the Angels was stuck on a plane and having some problems with their Wi-Fi, apparently. Couldn't get things sorted out, so that did go down the line. The correct user ID for the next bidder up is on the spreadsheet. I'm just verbally drawing attention to that so that we're all aware of what the situation is. And by the way, if you happen to have your second chance offers disabled on eBay, I would not be able to come back to you in a situation like that where somebody doesn't get something paid for or whatever. Typically, I will go down the line to the next bidder, but if eBay shows that the next bidder doesn't have an option for second chance offers, then I keep on going down the line. Basically, that's the deal. So, all right, let me put our empty case box out of my way here. Get a few more sleeves out, and we're going to be ready to jam on some Diamond Kings. Tony, I hear you. Breaks are important even at 35,000 feet. I agree with you. This just happened to be a situation where it's a bidder that is not a bidder that is known to me. And they're also brand new on eBay, just signed up like yesterday. And then, of course, being the Angels, that's a very high dollar team. And unfortunately, I couldn't wait on that one. I couldn't hold that team. Sometimes if it's a small dollar amount, I will hold it. And probably about 70% of the time it turns out okay. And about 30% of the time I end up never getting paid. And I just didn't want to take a chance on the Angels that this would be one of those 30% times, you know. All right, so Diamond Kings, of course, we've got loads of stuff in here. There are tons and tons and tons of Ohtani inserts. There's a bunch of different base card variations of his. There's just loads of stuff in here. We haven't opened this in a while, so you're going to have to bear with me a little bit as I reacquaint myself with all of the things that we're going to find in here. Aurora inserts, those come out fairly often, as do the Gallery of the Stars. There's one thing I know I need to point out when we get to one of them. I'll show it to you. But it's basically the team that's currently the Giants, the current San Francisco Giants. A nice little black and white Mejia for the Cleveland Indians. And they used to be, the current San Francisco Giants, of course, used to be the New York Giants. And their cards are in here as they're orange, and they're the same orange as San Francisco, but they say New York on them. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up to you is because they will go, those cards will go to San Francisco. Cards always are going to stay with their franchises, right? So all that info, if you haven't ever read down at the bottom of my listing description, there's a bunch of stuff down there in that area that says special circumstances. One of them talks about franchises that have been renamed and or are relocated. And in there, it will tell you, of course, that cards always stay with their franchises. So we're going to see some that come out that say New York, that are orange in color, that are neither the Yankees nor the Mets, that are actually going to go to the Giants, because it is the original New York Giants. Nicky Delmonico to 299 coming out for the White Sox. And then, of course, you've got a relic and a signature on that one. This may be one. Yeah, this is one. Okay, so the Jim Thorpe. So anytime you see New York with this orange color on it as opposed to the blue or the black, you know that that is actually a New York Giant going to the San Francisco Giants. There's a Mickey Mantle. This is a variation. Anytime you see the square frame with the oval insert, that simply means that it's a variation of the card. I think kind of maybe sort of a pseudo short print, if you will. Our true short prints are, oh boy, I got to think about the numbering on them, like 101 to 1 something. Another framed card. So you can tell it's been a few weeks since I've opened it, right? Because I can't remember where our short prints end. 101 to what? Like 120 something maybe? Yeah, something like that. And of course, we're going to find a couple of hits per box. They can be autographs, they can be memorabilia, or they can be some combination of the two. And a past and present. Most of the time, our past and present are the same team. Any of them that are not the same team tend to be like this. That'll have a spot for the Yankees and a spot for the Angels. And I'm going to set that aside, and at the end of the break, we will use random.org to determine where those are going to go. This is one of our short prints, Clint Frazier for the Yankees. And this past and present, of course, is for the same team, so we do not have to worry about it. Manny Ramirez. And for the Red Sox, is a nice little piece of the bat, a piece of wood from the bat on our Bat Kings card. That's our second hit for this box. Yeah, I had been out of Diamond Kings actually for a while, and decided, because they moved the date, of course, on Tier 1. Originally, I had timed it just about perfectly so that our Bowman would end right before Tier 1 came out. And then when they pushed the Tier 1 release date back, uh-oh, we didn't have enough baseball to go around. So that's when I jumped in and ordered a little bit more Diamond Kings for us. And so, of course, we're opening it tonight. We'll open it again on, what is it, Tuesday night? I think Tuesday night. And then Wednesday, we're going to start on Tier 1. Oh, yeah, Tony, we broke the last of the Bowman. It was Bowman Jumbo, and we broke the last of it just a few days ago. It wasn't that long ago. Thursday night, Friday night, one of those two. And, of course, you know, we found the Japanese autograph version of Ohtani out of a couple of Bowman breaks before that, and I waited to tweet that out until the guy had received it and it was safely in his hands and everything was good and we didn't have to worry. And then, boy, it really kind of took off. There was a lot of interest in it, and so that probably had a little something to do with how that other break ended up. That's a short print as well for the Blue Jays. I didn't catch that the first time that went by. Oh, there was a Flaherty in there. I can't even remember what all is in there. I look at so many cards every day between breaking and sorting and shipping that I do well to remember what we have from one minute to the next. There's an Ohtani Aurora insert. But Flaherty's actually been coming out, I would say, with a reasonable degree of regularity. So we ought to, well, I was going to say we ought to be able to find that again, but no, I'm out of Bowman. So I guess we won't be finding that again, at least not right now, but we maybe will find it in Tier 1 or something. Next week's just going to be crazy between Classics coming out and Tier 1 and Dominion for basketball. Ahmed Rosario, short print for the Mets. I mean, technically, let's clarify that, all right? What Panini considers a short print is not at all the same as what Topps would consider a short print. So, there are more of them than you would find in a Topps short print, but less of them than you would find in a normal Panini product. How about that? That is numbered to 99 on the framed shoeless Joe Jackson there. Still not sure how I feel about that, considering the man fixed the World Series, or conspired to, I guess he did actually, right? He did kind of fix that game. So I don't know if he should really be on a baseball card, but who's to say? Benintendi coming out with a little dual relic there to 49 for the Red Sox. Yeah, what about Robinson Cano, man? That is a little unexpected. Of course, he said, obviously, that he didn't really take any PEDs, that it was, and no, that's not even what they found. They found a masking agent, but still. Numbered to 49, we have the Josh Tomlin for the Cleveland Indians. But you have to kind of wonder about that, though, when you come along and find that little problem. I guess the MLB didn't wonder. They suspended him 80 games. But there's an Ohtani short print for the Angels. But the bad thing about it is it will probably mess up his chances to get in the Hall of Fame, right? I mean, that's going to mess with his chances to get in Cooperstown, I believe. I hit the camera again, didn't I? Daggone it. Why do I keep hitting it tonight? I must have it sitting in a slightly different place. And then if he really didn't do anything, if it really was just a diuretic for some other reason, well, then you really feel bad, because he would have otherwise been Hall of Fame, I would say, without much hesitation. But I don't know. Not now, maybe. Mr. Nolan Ryan, with the Ryan Express variation there. Framed Frank Thomas for the White Sox. Then you have to kind of wonder about some of his friends and his ex-teammates and things, right? Like the ones that come out and say, oh yeah, that doesn't really surprise me. Like, yeah, he's a good guy, but that doesn't surprise me. Oh, I don't think you're doing him any favors there, bud. I mean, just maybe you better not say anything. But people are crazy. And if you're wondering, everything does ship out of here as well. Of course, all of our cards shipping out of Diamond Kings. So depending on which team you have, you might get a big package of cards. And anybody that has multiple teams will most certainly get a big package of cards. There's a lot of them, but I don't like... there's not so many that I didn't think we could do it as a full case break. I prefer to break things as full cases unless it's just really not possible for some reason due to number of cards or something like that. Numbered to 49 for the Oakland A's. Got a nice little patch up there on the top in particular, and of course the autograph to go with it for Paul Blackburn. Is Ryan McMahon? No, he's not a short print. Ted Williams for the Boston Red Sox. And you know what? Boston is pulling relics like crazy. This is the third one tonight, but this one happens to be numbered to 10. And that is a nice little Ted Williams game used. So I have to say, that's pretty cool. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if you have the Red Sox, if you agree with me or not, but I like that hit. Yeah, base ships too. Everything goes out the door. So once again, guys, unless the listing says otherwise, like it would literally say base doesn't ship or veteran base doesn't ship or whatever it was that wasn't going to ship, it would always be written out in the listing if that were the case. So if there's nothing there that says XYZ doesn't ship, then everything's going to go out the door. This is numbered to 49, a nice little framed Ohtani for the Angels. It would be kind of, that's just a base, it would be kind of in the area where, you know how if you scroll down and there's the area, not really in the center, it's more kind of in the upper third of the page, but it would have said tonight, for instance, it would have said 12 times 2018 Panini Diamond Kings full case, blah, blah, blah. It would be right in that same, what is going on right there? It would be right in that same area where it would say, probably right after it says full case. If there were something not shipping, that's the place it would say it. And that's going to be true of anything that I list. And similarly, for some who may not have scrolled down all the way to the bottom to realize it, there's always product information at the bottom of every listing as well. I cut and paste whatever the manufacturer product info is, and it's down at the bottom. That is a short print for Mejia and the Indians. So that's where you can find info about, you know, how many packs per box, how many boxes per case, how many hits to expect, that sort of thing. Did Flexen just get sent down? Something happened with him. He had some kind of transaction happen with him. I don't know what it was. That is an artist proof. Once again, that is the original New York Giants, which goes to the San Francisco Giants because they are the same franchise. So that's where that Jim Thorpe will go. Oh, I saw Juan Soto got called up. He hasn't even gotten past high A, has he? Mejia again. I believe we already pulled the black and white version of him, and we also pulled the short print. Now you have two black and white ones and the standard short print. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I saw that Juan Soto was called up. So that's a bit earlier than I think anyone expected. Of course, they had the injury. So, had to put somebody in the outfield, I guess. And it is Juan. But I really think I don't think he's been in AAA at all. He either came out of high A. They may have pulled him out of AA, but I thought he was only in high A. He's like, what, 18, 19? Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, if you are, when you're overseas, you don't want to load whole bunches of info to read. That makes sense. They probably a little bit harder sometimes to access what you need to access online. But no, I was just kind of saying in general about that because, Tony, there's lots of people in tonight that are new, haven't maybe broken with me before. So I kind of like to, periodically, I just talk about the different parts of things that are in the listing so that you know it's there or where you can find it. So we do have different people jumping in and out all the time of various things. And that is also a short print. And plus, we all know not everybody scrolls all the way down. There's a lot of info in there. I know there is. I know there's a lot of information in my listing. But, believe it or not, used to be shorter, but you learn along the way that stuff has got to, you have to be pretty explicit with a lot of things, and sometimes you have to repeat it a few times in the listing because you would be amazed at how many people don't even read one word of it. I actually had a guy this week that bid on a couple of different breaks about a month ago, and I sent him an email the night that he bid because I looked and saw, he didn't really have feedback that made it look like he had been in breaks before, and I was afraid maybe he was one of these people that had bid without knowing they were in a break. So right after he won the item, I sent him a message and basically, hey, breaks are a unique item, and are you aware of what this is? Have you read the information? Do you have any questions? Do you need to cancel the bid? This type thing. Don't hear anything at all back. Then I think he bid, I don't think both bids were the same night. They might have been, but anyway, don't hear anything back. And then the next thing you know, the guy comes up and leaves me 2 negative feedbacks because he didn't hit in his break a month ago. I'm like, come on, guy. There's a nice little sepia Otani for the Angels. So, he hadn't read anything in the listing. He did not, I guess he either read what I sent him in a message and just didn't reply, or he didn't care. I don't know. But just like if you didn't know what it was and then you got that message, why wouldn't you go back and read it? Or why wouldn't you tell me then you didn't know what it was and I would have given him his money back and resold the team, but oh well. This is numbered to 49, Zach Granite for the Minnesota Twins. But sometimes people just, I don't know, don't read or don't pay attention or whatever the case may be. Well, if you have the Indians tonight, this is about short print number 8,000 for Mejia. You have a just big boatload of them. You've got a couple of black and white ones, 2 or 3 of the regular ones. There are so many of them coming out tonight. Oh, you had a Rams football break. It was HP. Oh, the Todd Gurley. Yeah. Did I ship that out already? I think I did. I think I did, didn't I? Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. Did you see a Did you see a shipping notice on it yet? I hope so. Maybe. There is a Ted Williams variation splendid splinter. Once again, our variations are always going to be the square frame with the oval inset. So that tells you it's a variation. Hi, Gina. Did I say hi to you a second ago? I saw you over there, and then I kind of lost track. I thought I did ship that Todd Gurley out. In fact, I was almost certain I shipped that out. That is weird. That doesn't make me feel happy or good because I feel like I have already shipped out that Todd Gurley. And you are saying that you had the Todd Gurley and you haven't seen a shipping notice. So that does not give me very much comfort. Well, I know that's when I said it was going to be, but I got some stuff out early this weekend. I'm pretty sure that it already went out the door, but I also don't remember sending anything overseas. Rafael Devers is our next hit. And that was a relic, of course. So you maybe send me a message, would you, on eBay? I don't access my messages or my email or anything while we're doing the break. But will you send me a message so I can check on it after the break and see what's up with it? Because I don't remember shipping anything overseas. And I do believe that I already sent that out. So, Tony, that's making me nervous. Oh, it's not going overseas. Okay, well, then that makes me feel better. Now I feel better about it. So I was like, oh, I know I did not remember printing out any customs forms in the last couple of days. But I believe it's one of the group that I got out on Saturday. I got a tremendous amount done on Saturday, mostly because I only slept for about 4 hours Friday night. And then I got a ton of stuff out the door. Franklin Barreto for the Oakland A's. That is numbered to 299. Yeah, see, you had me worried about that. You were scaring me with that. So I was like getting ready to get up and say, oh, no, I can't even finish this break. I have to go look that up. It was kind of stressing me out a little bit, but now I feel better. Aaron Judge, a little framed Aaron Judge for the Yankees. Somebody just pulled a Derek Jeter and A-Rod dual signature bat. Wow, that's nice. That's a very nice little hit. I don't break a ton of the autograph bats. I have broken them in the past, but I don't know. They never did very well for me. Cody Bellinger, Jersey Kings for the Dodgers. And they're a little kind of unwieldy to ship as well, so I don't do those really very often. Pee Wee for the Dodgers. But that's a nice hit. Somebody pulled that out. That's an excellent hit. Yeah, we have got, I'm trying to think, I guess right now the only baseball memorabilia I have on hand are the Gold Rush jerseys, which just came out this last week, and then the Onyx Preferred Autograph baseballs. Don't really have any other baseball memorabilia on hand at the moment anyway. John McGraw. Why is, oh, because he's framed. That's why he's facing the opposite way. There's another Shohei. portraits insert. Shohei comes out of a case of this in general somewhere between, I've seen as probably the low side would be about 18. Remember again, George Kelly goes to the Giants, same thing, New York Giants, current San Francisco Giants, etc. The low number of Otanis, counting all the inserts, counting all the base, it's usually around 17, 18. I've pulled as many as 30 something out of one case. One case was crazy. It had like 35 or 6 in it. Most of them are a few less, but so far you're doing all right tonight. This is a variation. As you see there, he has his name in Japanese at the bottom, so that is also an Otani variation. Oh, you pulled you pulled a bat. You hit a bat not too long ago in a break. Well, that's good, man. I like the memorabilia. I just don't have anywhere to keep it in my house. My house is so full of stuff. It's a little Ty Cobb artist proof. My house is crazy full of everything. I don't know. We have too much stuff. I'll tell you that. We need to go through and get rid of a bunch of stuff. That might be a short print, but I'm really not 100% certain because I can't remember what the cutoff number was. So I'm kind of trying hard not to add more stuff here. There's more things I have to find a place for, and I just don't have places for any more stuff. We need to get rid of stuff. We don't need to add stuff. But don't tell anybody else I said that, because they all want to add stuff. I want to get rid of it. Yeah, I know. I wish I had time to do that. I've actually got, Tony is saying in chat that I should put some of that stuff on eBay. And really, I probably should. Cards as well, but I barely have enough time to get done what I need to get done every week, it seems like. I just haven't found the time to do it. Although somebody had, I am talking to somebody, a company that's interested in buying the various memorabilia that I have around here. And it's not a ton, but it's enough that it's taken up too much space, so I may sell some of it just in one big group. Oh, that's nice for the Braves. It's nice because Ozzy's been playing lights out. All those little baby Braves have been good. That is to 299. You've got the dual relic there and signature. In fact, I have a bat. As a matter of fact, it is Ahmed Rosario is the bat that I have for the Mets. It's from a break a while back where somebody, I think it was that somebody didn't pay for it, was the deal. Which is always so weird when people hit things and then they still don't pay for it. Which, believe it or not, I've had happen a few times. It's like, come on. Oh my gosh. This is just a whole case of Mejia. Like, this is the third black and white we've pulled for him, and probably at least the 6th or maybe more total short prints. That's, somebody did a really bad job randomizing some of the cards in this case, didn't they? KOH says, finally his Braves hit instead of the Boston Red Sox getting another hit. Oh, I'm sure, Tony, we've probably had some Cardinals go through in some capacity, I'm sure. But yeah, we may not have had a hit for them yet. But we got a ways to go still. When we finish these packs that are out right now, we will be at our halfway point, because here's 6 sitting behind me. So when we look at the rest of these, this will be the exact halfway point. So you still have a ways to go before you have to worry. We may find what you're looking for yet, hopefully. Hey, hey, look who it is. Jack Flaherty. Okay, it's not signed, but it is the player that you want, and it is the team that you want. So we've got you on the right track. You got a little dual relic there. So you're getting there. We're getting you closer. No, I don't have any Bowman laying around. As a matter of fact, all the Bowman most all the Bowman was paid before the breaks ever started, and the few that weren't were with people that had sent me a message, people that I knew that had bid with me a lot in the past and had sent me a message and said, hey, I'm going to be delayed for XYZ, and so I had held their teams for them. So the Bowman all pretty much got paid for. Jose Altuve framed auto for the Astros. So no spare Bowman hits hanging around that I remember anyway. But Bowman always does pretty well. Can you ask in my group? Oh, sure. So, guys, if anybody has a Cardinals from Bowman Flaherty out of 2018 Bowman that you have extra that you want to sell, sounds like Tony's in the market. So if you're in chat right now, or if you're watching the break and you're not in chat, and you have one you want to sell, you better sign in, jump into chat, and start corresponding with Tony. Make yourself a deal for it. And once again, if you don't know about chat and you did not maybe hear me say it earlier, just log into YouTube. You should be able to see it pop up. If you're on a mobile device, you might have to do two things. One would be to log in. The second one would be to hit the link that says you want to view the desktop version. But that's only if you're on a mobile device, the desktop link, I mean. Josh Bell. Oh, that's a nice relic at the top. And it is numbered to 25, so that's why we have the nice little tricolor relic at the top. Low number hit coming out there for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Yeah, of course, we'll have Bowman Chrome coming out later in the year. And we will have Bowman High Tech. Both of those will give you a couple more good shots at him. Out of the Bowman brand, I mean. Although Bowman Chrome this year, this is really kind of making me very unhappy, as a matter of fact. I had a confirmed amount of Bowman Chrome coming. Or Topps Chrome, I'm sorry. I was talking about Bowman, now I just switched gears. I'm talking about Topps. But Bowman Chrome hasn't all been allocated yet. But my Topps Chrome, man, they cut my numbers again. After they confirmed them like a month and a half ago, they came back and cut them again. This is numbered to 49, and that is a nice hit for the Astros with George Springer with a big relic and the signature. And if you like the Astros, you're going to love George Springer. Nice hit. Mike Trout, numbered, framed to 99 for the Angels. And, of course, sepia as well. You saw that, though. So, yeah, I was pretty unhappy that they cut my Topps Chrome number. And I hope they don't come back and mess with my Bowman Chrome number. Basically, they're just making it so hard to buy anything these days. They really are not making it easy. Francisco Lindor, sepia. Because it's really all about the Cleveland Indians tonight in terms of some of these parallels, the black and whites, the sepias and things. The Indians are just cleaning house on those. still sitting there looking at that Leaf Greatest Hits Baseball. Every day I think I've got to list that, and then every day I don't get it listed. I've got to get that done. And they're going to reconfigure that, it looks like, for 2018. Of course, that is the 2017 version, although it just came out relatively recently. I mean, within the last couple months anyway. But it's configured now as, what? There's 4 buyback cards in there, usually pretty high end, and then 1 Leaf regular card in there. And they're going to, I think, reconfigure it where it may just be 1 buyback card per box, but then they'll correspondingly lower the price. Because as it stands, it's like $600 a box. Splendid Splinter to 99, artist proof for Ted Williams. Which is, of course, again, the Boston Red Sox. Harrison Bader for the Cardinals is a short print rookie. At least I think it's one of the short prints. I'm pretty sure 125 still falls within that short print window. Five boxes left, including this one that I'm taking the plastic off. This is one of the 5. KOH Break says, oh, I can go ahead and pull the Acuna for him out of the next box. Hey, man, I'd be happy to. I would love to pull that for you. Maybe we'll pull Acuna tonight, and let's also go for Ohtani. Why not? It's going to be hard to top that one that I pulled out of Bowman, though. I mean, that is a... That's kind of one of those once in a decade kind of pulls, I think. I mean, he's fielding offers for that are approaching 6 figures for that card raw, not even graded. I mean, it is a hot property. Lou Gehrig, and that is a variation, probably an image variation. And I guess, you know, we kind of knew at the time it was important, but I don't think any of us knew it was going to turn out to be what it is, that it's potentially the only one signed in there with the Japanese signature is just crazy. Max Scherzer, little relic to 49 for the Nats. Yeah, he does. I think he is planning on getting that graded. The last correspondence that I had with him, there's a sepia Buster Posey for the Giants. That was kind of the plan, even though it was already with some very strong offers. I think the idea was send it off to be graded. If it comes back 9.5 or higher, great. If it comes back as less than 9.5, he just wouldn't have it slabbed, I think. But now that may have changed. He may have, in fact, he could have already decided to accept one of the other offers and the card may already be sold. I don't know. I haven't corresponded with him in a few days about it, but that was at the first of the week. So things may have changed since then. I don't know. But the original plan for sure was to get it graded, because it looked to me like it would probably grade between 9 and 10, maybe 9, maybe 10, but I wasn't 100% sure it would hit 10. This is to 99, flexing for the Mets. Because it's nearly impossible to get something to grade as a 10, as you know, especially a chrome card with those type of surfaces. But he got it on, when he got it on his end, of course, he inspected it and he looked at it probably more closely even than I did and felt like it would probably grade a 9.5 at least. So I think that's what's going to happen to it, but you never know. Tyler Wade to 299, sticker and relic. Sticker auto, sorry, in Relic. KOH, I'd be surprised if it hit that much, though. I mean, you're saying 200,000 if it grades high, but I don't see it going that high. I mean, maybe if it could be confirmed that it was absolutely the only Japanese signature, then I would agree with you. But Topps would not say 100% that it's the only one. All they would say is that it's a very small amount, which, I mean, could be that it is the only one and they're just not saying it. Or it could be that there are 2 or 3 or 5, or, I mean, who knows. Roger Maris to 99, artist proof. It's kind of hard to know. I don't know why Topps wouldn't just say that it's the only one if it's the only one. And I really think that it is. I think if there were others, they would have surfaced by now. But you never know. Harrison Bader again with another little short print. Yeah, I mean, it could be as many as 4 or 5, but I really think that another one would have surfaced by now. I mean, this is one of the most widely broken products out there, and especially this year. I mean, any year, Bowman is a widely broken product, and it's not like there's bunches of it sitting somewhere unsold. I mean, that stuff sells and is gone, and for the most part is broken. And this far after release, I would be super surprised if there were as many as 5 and no more have surfaced yet. But Topps is being very cagey about it, as they have a tendency to do. All right, we have 4 boxes left, including this one that I am taking out right now. Tony says he's ready now for some Tyler O'Neill. You're going to see if it works the second time, aren't you? You're going to see if you can name it and have it come out right away the second time. Sometimes it does work that way. If it works that way for you tonight, then you need to, I guess you can't play the lottery. You're overseas. You need to send your wife to play the lottery, Tony, if it comes out the way you call it again. Well, she's probably with you, though, I guess, right? Well, whoever you have in the States, go have them play the lottery for you. There's a nice little Nito to 49 2-color patch for the Mets. Another Ohtani base. I mostly try to keep the Ohtanis kind of separated out so that I have a general idea of how many we have coming. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I wish I could remember. I've forgotten what the cutoff number is on the short print. So Manny might be a short print, but I'm not 100% sure. Starts with 101, but I can't remember what the end card is. Ichiro for the Marlins. Oh, she's in Kentucky. Okay, boy, yeah. Then she can absolutely play the lottery for you if you get, if you manage to call a second one and have it come out right at the same time, then yes, send her out to play the lottery for you tomorrow. So how long have you been overseas, Tony? A while? Have you got, do you get to come back soon, or are you going to be over there a while? I think that would be hard. Bryce Harper, sepia for the Nationals. But you know what, man? We appreciate you, and I'm sure everybody who's watching the break would say the same thing. We appreciate your your service, and no, it's not easy. Kansas City Royals with a little George Brett framed to 99. Oh, January, okay. So it does go to 150 on the short prints. Okay. Sometimes I get the tops numbers in my head and I'm thinking, oh gosh, does it only go to 130 something or does it really go to 150? So it does go to 150. Thank you. When this first came out and I was opening it one right after the other, I retained it, and I didn't really realize that I hadn't retained it till we were already in the break tonight. This is to 49 Cal Ripken Bat Kings for the Orioles. Pretty cool little hit. If you like the Orioles, you gotta love some Cal Ripken. What's breaking next? Tonight, nothing. This is our last break tonight, is Diamond Kings. We already, of course, broke the 2012 Signature Series, and we broke the autographed baseball jersey and a case of the autographed baseballs. And then, of course, this Diamond Kings. And tomorrow, I don't even remember what all is tomorrow. I know we've got a case of 2018 Majestic Football, but I don't necessarily remember what our other things are that are breaking tomorrow. However, that having been said, Paul, I will, at the end of this break, I will put the spreadsheet back up there and we can take another look at it, and that will tell us. Stan Musial, that is a variation for the St. Louis Cardinals. Once again, you can tell the variation by the oval inside of the square frame on Diamond Kings cards. The variations are usually just a picture variation. Sometimes they're a name, a nickname, or something like that, but those are readily apparent, of course, when you look at the front of the card. All right, you need a Musial relic. Did you know we pulled out a Stan Musial autographed jersey the other day? Like, how cool was that? That was really cool. Don't pull those every day. That was a nice one. And then you want an Aussie Gallery. Okay, well, maybe we can find an Aussie Gallery for you. Maybe. And a Molina. You wanted a Molina Aurora. Okay. Is Molina in Aurora? I guess he is. If you're looking for it, I'm sure you've looked at the checklist and know it's in there. Eric Fetty is a short print. When is Molina coming back? Of course, he had to have that surgery. He got hit in a delicate spot with a foul ball. I'm sure everybody probably knows that by now. The J.D. Martinez, a short print. And he had to have surgery. But I don't think they said he was going to be out as long as I would have figured he would have been out. They just said a few weeks. Oh, did we already go by a Molina Aurora? Okay. So KOH Breaks thinks that we may have already seen your Molina Aurora go by, Tony. He says he's not sure, but he thinks so. June 24th is when he's coming back. Okay. Yeah, I don't set the Auroras aside. I used to, and then there are so many of them, and nobody ever wanted to recap them. So I mean, they're kind of in a general pile of inserts, but I don't have them totally set aside where I can easily look through them again. That is an Ahmed Rosario short print. And there's a Corey Seager Trophy Club. Victor Robles, who would have gotten the call up except for the fact that he's injured. Babe Ruth, a little framed Babe Ruth for the Yankees. So instead, it is Juan Soto, since Victor is banged up. Hey, hey, hey. A little Gary Carter diamond cuts. Whoa, that's nice. That's very nice. That's very sweet. You know, we don't pull a whole lot of the cut signatures. You've got a piece of the baseball bat there too, so that is pretty cool, right? Oh, I didn't know exactly what it was that caused the injury. So when the cup broke, it sliced him. I wasn't exactly, I mean, obviously I saw it. I knew in general what the injury was. I just didn't know the specifics. Dylan Peters for the Miami Marlins. And now you have his banking info. Yeah, that was from a check. I'm sure from a long ago account, though, however. The other cut signature we hit in this product, I don't even remember which break it was, but it was in one of it was somebody who never played in MLB. They played in one of the other leagues, and we had to look it up. I can't remember now who the player was, but I had to look it up in the break, and that's the only other cut signature we had pulled out of here until tonight, of course. Chris Bryant Trophy Club. So it's kind of fun to pull a little Gary Carter. Babe Ruth framed for the Yankees. Another past and present. And that is framed for the Red Sox. Yeah, my poor Reds. Man, they got crushed by the Cubs. You know, they've won a few, though, and now we're playing, like, getting beat 10-1. Of course, it is the Cubs, and it was the Reds, but still. There for a minute, it looked like the Reds might be turning the corner, and then I think we went back around the corner to where we started. Sort of. Are you kidding me? Somebody sold the ball that hit Molina in the groin. Somebody got it and sold it on eBay. And Tony says it sold for $1,500. That is just wrong. That is terrible. I mean, that poor man, that was a bad deal. And you're going to take the ball that busted him up and sell it on eBay? Come on. Although I guess I'm not surprised. People will kind of sell and do anything these days. That was a short print Herrera for the Phillies. No, I didn't stop at that, Tyler, for you. I stopped at it because, of course, he plays for my Reds, and I don't know why. Sometimes I see one of the Reds go by, and I just kind of pause for a minute. I don't really know why. Tyler Molly, I never say his name right. I always want to say Maley, and I think it's Molly, but anyway. Yasmani Tomas for the Diamondbacks. Hey, hey. Yasmani hasn't really been playing as well, in a while, as he did at one time. But still, cool hit for the D-backs. Oh, well, at least the ball that hit him, the money went to charity that he supports. Well, that's okay then. Well, that's a good use of it in that case. Make something good happen out of it. I like that plan. Harry Walker framed for the Cardinals. Another Shohei portrait inserts. Heinrich framed. And there went Tyler again. He's actually been playing pretty well for the Reds. There is a nice little Ohtani black and white variation. So at least we've hit some good variations for Shohei in here tonight. Of course, we could still yet pull out an autograph. We've got the rest of this box to look at and one more full box. Short print Paul Blackburn and the Oakland A's. Well, why do those cards not want to cooperate with me? Andahar. Nice little Andahar relic. They were a little stingy, only gave us one color on both pieces of the relic, but still, I'm sure if you have the Yankees, you will gladly accept it. Jackie Robinson framed, numbered 249. Can you guys believe we're almost to Memorial Day already? This seems like this year is absolutely flying by. There's another Ohtani variation. Oh, yeah, you said you're sorry about my Reds. Yeah, I know. It's just been bad. It's just been bad. But listen, I'm kind of used to it because we've been bad for a pretty long time. Even Joey Votto, who really usually doesn't say much, what was it, like a week ago? Maybe not quite a week ago. Kind of went off about how terrible. It was like right, I guess it's been over a week ago because it was right before we went on that little run and swept the Dodgers and won like 5 or 6 games in a row. It was right before that started that Votto did an interview talking about basically how dreadful the product on the field was and how he knew the fans had to be getting sick of it and something needed to change and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And, yeah, which is very unlike Joey Votto. Of course, fortunately, he did go on to say he still wants to retire in a Reds uniform, so that made me feel better. This is numbered to 99 for the Baltimore Orioles with Santander. Of course, he just in general was kind of cranky that week because that's also, because you know he's Canadian, right? And he went off on Canadian baseball, which was odd, because what's his head? Oh, the Canadian pitcher who threw the no-hitter in Toronto, but he doesn't play for Toronto. Why am I blanking on his name? Anyway, somebody asked him what he thought about that, and he basically said he didn't care about Canadian baseball at all. Corey Seager for the Dodgers. Nice little signature hit for L.A., which again was very unlike Joey Votto. He had to come back and apologize for all that because, I mean, the guy's Canadian. You can't just diss your whole country there like that. Zach Granite for the Minnesota Twins. So, I don't know. I think Joey's having some cranky times. Oh, your daughter likes AJ Green and the Bengals. Well, see, I'm a Steelers fan. I'm a diehard Steelers fan. So Even though the Bengals are right up the road from me, I am all about the Steelers. My dad likes the Colts. And of course, Indianapolis is, relatively speaking, not terribly far away, but obviously Cincinnati is the closest team. But I just, hey, there's your Molina Aurora. So if we didn't pull it earlier, which KOH Breaks thinks maybe we did, but if we didn't, we definitely have now. But yeah, so the Bengals are a tough one for me because they're, of course, a division rival. So they're hard for me. Ahmed Rosario, black and white, parallel, and short print. Why is Justin saying boo? Why are you saying boo, Justin? You didn't like either something we pulled or you don't like my Steelers. I'm guessing you don't like my Steelers. That's probably it. Which, that's okay. That's cool, man. I understand that. Because honestly, there's lots of other teams I like as well. Especially anybody who happens to have one of my former UK players on it. I graduated from UK, and we don't have a lot of guys in the NFL. We got a lot of guys in the NBA, but we don't have a lot of guys in the NFL. So I'm always rooting for my guys, no matter what team they're on. So I definitely have some rooting interest in lots of other NFL teams, but the Steelers are my home team. So I'm thinking that's probably why Justin was booing me. It's all in good fun, though. Rivalries are what make it interesting. If we didn't have good rivalries, it wouldn't be nearly as much fun. There's Andahar on a nice little short print for the Yankees. And our framed card here, a little Goose Goslin. And that, my friends, is it. As far as looking at it, we've got to recap it, and we've got a few past and presents to deal with. So these we can just do one of each. There's, we have two, obviously, of this card. So I will send one to the Yankees. I will send one to the Angels. This one, however, I saw only one go by. So we're going to go to random for this one. And typically what I will do is put in a card top to bottom or left to right. This is obviously oriented top to bottom, so it will be typed in as Yankees and then Angels. And I will hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times are not going to count. It is only that third and final random that will be the determining factor as to which team gets that card. Ignore this first one, ignore the second one. Here comes the third and final, and there you'll see 3 times our date and time stamp, and it comes up as the Yankees. So this card with 2 teams on it headed off to the Yankees. Now, I will say this, guys. If it happens that I find another one somewhere in there that maybe I went by and I somehow didn't catch it and didn't set it aside, if I find a second one, I will send it to the Angels, because normally if something comes out in an even quantity, my preference is going to be, of course, to split it between the 2 teams. So there we go. Now let's recap. I'm going to flip through the Otanis that I set aside, mainly just because, you know, if you have the Angels, you spent a decent amount of money to get them in this break, so you probably want to have some idea of what came out for you. So we'll flip through these. We'll look through our numbered cards, our black and white and sepia cards, and then finally our hits. Of course, obviously there was a sepia and a numbered in the Otani group, but we don't need to do those twice. So oh yeah, Gina, we Jared Lorenzen went by the Hefty Lefty. He's lost some weight though recently, I think I saw. So a sepia Bryce Harper, a sepia Buster Posey, sepia Francisco Lindor, black and white Mejia, black and white Mejia, black and white Mejia, and a black and white Ahmed Rosario. I think I have all of those set aside. If you saw another one go by earlier and you didn't see it recap there, it just means that I stacked it in the wrong place. This is to 99, to 49, to 99, to 99 artist proof, to 99 artist proof, 99 artist proof. That is 99, 99 artist proof, 99, and 99. Now, let's take a flip through our signature and relics. Oh, you saw him. You saw Jared Lorenzen play in an arena game. He was the biggest player on the field. I don't doubt it. He was, at one time, he was extremely large. He's definitely still a big boy, but I do think he's lost a little weight recently. Zach Granite for the Twins. Followed by Corey Seager, Dodgers. Andahar for the Yankees. Yasmani Tomas, Diamondbacks. Dylan Peters for the Marlins. Our nice cut signature, Gary Carter. And we've got a piece of bat, too. So I like that. I think that is really very cool. So, nice little Gary Carter. Followed by a nice Cal Ripken Bat Kings, numbered to 49. Nito to 49. Tyler Wade to 299. And here comes Max Scherzer to 49. Astros have a nice one with George Springer to 49. And there's Ozzy for the Braves. Yay, go Ozzy to 299. Bellinger, who's strangely sort of regressed this year a little. Franklin Barreto to 299 for the A's. And then Rafael Devers, Red Sox, one of many coming out for the Red Sox. Another Zach Granite for the Twins, this one to 49. Couple of relics and a signature. The nice Ted Williams for the Red Sox, and that is actually game worn. So very cool Ted Williams, as a matter of fact. Paul Blackburn to 49. Josh Bell to 25. Jack Flaherty for the Cardinals. Josh Tomlin to 99. Benintendi, Benny Baseball to 49. And a Bat Kings Ramirez, Manny Ramirez. Finally, it is Nicky Delmonico to 299 for the White Sox. So that is all that we have to look at tonight, but as promised, I will put up the spreadsheet information again, just in case you missed it earlier or you need a second pass or something like that. Once again, here are your anticipated shipping dates. The free shipping stuff, estimating a Saturday shipping schedule. Again, that's because the free shipping stuff usually goes out 5, 6, 7 days after an auction ends. Sometimes it goes a little sooner if you have another package heading out, or if I get really super caught up, I get things out a little sooner. But in general, look for about that time frame. And then, of course, Diamond Kings, that's a paid shipping break. That's what we just opened and looked at. And that will most likely head out the door on Wednesday. As always, it's plus or minus a day. So the week goes well, might get out a day early. Something goes off the rails, it could possibly be a day later than that. And finally, another little scroll through our upcoming breaks. This is the stuff that's already listed on eBay, available for bidding. New stuff goes up most every night, but this is already there. So Timeless Treasures for tomorrow night, the 3-peat basketball box with the 3 autographed memorabilia items inside. The last of the case of 2013 limited football that we've been working on, and a full case of 2018 Majestic football. Tuesday night is 2011 Prime Signatures football and another 12-box case of 18 Diamond Kings. Wednesday night, a full case of Tier 1 baseball, a full case of Dominion basketball, and a full case of 2018 Classics football. All three of those come out Wednesday. We're going to open them all on Wednesday. Thursday night, we have Gold Rush, another Gold Rush autographed jersey, some more Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs, Gold Rush autographed full-size football helmet, another case of Tier 1, another case of 2018 Classics football. On Friday, that is the release date for 2018 Gold Rush Series 2 autograph mini football helmets. We'll break one of those. We'll break a third case of Tier 1, a second case of Dominion basketball, and a full case of 2018 Leaf Ultimate Draft that comes out on Friday. We're going to break it on Friday as well. So that is what the 5 days ahead looks like, guys, and I think I'm finished for tonight. So once again, thank you for joining me. I appreciate everybody who comes and bids and breaks and chats with me, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Until then, take care and have a good work week ahead. Bye now.